Good day everyone, so this is Alsarul Bacujo and I'm going to talk about the G market segment. There are three types of market segment: the high-end market segment, middle-end market segment, and the low-end market segment. Let's talk about first the high-end market segment. If we're going to talk about market segment, the most expensive product in the market or product range are found in the high end of the market or a range. The corporation continued to aim for the high end of the dishwasher market, where sales were low but profits were high. And then if we're going to talk about middle end market segment, the middle market is a critical sector of American economy and an important engine of job creation, accounting for a majority of new United States jobs since 2008. The companies in the sector are heavily concentrated in the service-oriented. Activities including business services, health services, and educational services is a significant numbers engaged in retail and wholesale trade, construction, activity, or manufacturing. So if we're going to talk about middle end, you are buying a product with high level and you can buy product into low level, which is balance. So let's proceed to low end market segment. The low market segment in the United States, as well as the most industrialized countries, comprises of lower priced products aimed at the clients are unwilling or unable to spend huge sums of money. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. What is the common characteristics of business market? So before we discuss the common characteristics of a business market, let's define first what business market means. So business market consists of all organizations that acquire goods and services used in production of other products or services that are sold, rented, or supplied to others. Also, it is socially, politically, and economically organized people whose needs and demands are based on tradition, culture, and technology. If we wanted to create or engage in any business opportunities, we should need to consider the availability of resources, as well as think if your business will suit to the needs and demands of the people in that area. These classes of people are known as market segments. These are high-end, middle-end, and low-end market segments. Each segment will have varying needs of various products and services.
Running a business is not easy. It takes courage, determination, and foresight to decide to become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs must be skillful enough to address needs and demands of the market, using the skills and initiative necessary to anticipate needs and bringing good new ideas to market. Entrepreneurship that proves to be successful in taking on the risk of creating a startup is rewarded with profits, fame, and continued growth opportunities. Many successful entrepreneurs' secret of success is just paying attention to the market's needs and demands, and later they accumulate so much wealth. Hence, entrepreneurs achieve success in their business through their own sheer strength of will by employing effective communication skills, sales skills, a deep focus, and high ability to learn. An entrepreneur can actually learn a business strategy on the fly with structuring and growing a business. However, it is important that the structure and growth strategy is based on sound business sense and skills. A successful entrepreneur needs to have a solid strategy to take their business from good to great, and always paying attention to the needs and demands on the market by bringing goods and services. A need or demand-based business will always have a share of market.
Now, let's discuss the three legal forms of business. First, let's have the
Sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a type of business with only one owner. The owner has complete authority over every aspect of the business. A sole proprietorship is not a separate legal entity. It's considered an extension of the owner. But you can operate under the trade name of like Bob Smith Plumbing. Example of sole proprietors include small businesses such as a local grocery store, a local clothes store, an artist, freelance writer, IT consultants, freelance graphic organizer, and etc. A sole proprietorship is an incorporated business with only one owner who pays personal income tax on profits earned. A sole proprietorship are easy to establish and dismantle due to a lack of government involvement, making them popular with small businesses, owners, and contractors.
So everything you need to know about a business partnership. So setting up the partnership, creating the partnership agreement, and setting up the proper entity structure for the partnership are the two most important steps in the partnership process. So understanding the mechanics of how your business will be managed is the key to design, or is the key in designing your partnership agreement and documenting the terms. So while the list of items are to consider in a solid partnership agreement is indefinable, so every partnership is different.
The third is the corporation. Based on my study, corporation is a legal entity that is established to perform a specific business. There are both public and private corporations. In a private corporation, there are only a few closely held stockholders that may run the company. While in public corporation, there are usually many stockholders that do not perform management functions for the business. To sum up the three legal forms of business that were discussed, the sole
Proprietorship.
is a business owned and run by one person only, while partnership is a business owned and run by more than one person. Then the corporation is a business where the owners are called shareholders, and there can only be a maximum of 100 owners in corporation. Now, let's move on to our next topic.
Manufacturing or processing. Manufacturing, it is an industry that makes products from raw materials by the use of manual labor or machinery, and that is usually carried out systematically with division of labor. For example, by making clothes for us to make ourselves comfortable, and that clothes are made of raw materials like skin of animals, bamboo, or wool. Number 5, transport and logistics. The transport and logistics industry is about planning, implementing, and controlling procedures relating to the movement and storage of goods. Professionals in this industry have to make sure that goods are properly stored. Importing and exporting regulations are to be followed. For example, like delivering your products into the market. So that's the work of transport and logistics. So number 6, wholesaler and retail trade. Wholesalers and retailers are in business of reselling goods that have been purchased by suppliers. They bring goods produced in the province or imported from the other regions and countries to the marketplace where they can purchase by consumers. For example, of the wholesalers are those selling products with lesser price than retailers.
The different industries in our country today. There are many established and emerging industries in the country. Having mapped all of those in the community will give a would-be entrepreneur a chance to examine what entrepreneurial opportunities may be brought to the community. Once these opportunities are identified, entrepreneurs will lay down their plan of actions and then start the business activities. Some or maybe all of the industries listed below are located in your locality that would be related to agribusiness. So these are the lists of industries that could be located in your area. So the first one is health and wellness, the organic agri-products. So the example of it is the manufacturing of soaps and other beauty products or health products that uses organic or agricultural raw materials. Okay. Number 2 is hotel, restaurant, and tourism, specialized farm products. So there are products coming from the farm that could be specialized, such as pastured milk or finished products that could be only located in those area and would be an opportunity for the hotel or for the tourism that could market to the people. So this one is the examples. So the local products, local farm products. So the number 3 is banking and finance. So crop production. Okay, for the banking and finance, so financing crop production, there are people or there are emerging business or industries that is financing or sponsoring the finance of the farmers, and in exchange they would be given interest of the farmers as they will be paying those loans or the money that is given or that is loaned to them. Okay, so these one are the first 3 industries that could be located in your area related to agribusiness.
Good morning, everyone. The different industries in the country today, we have number 7, creative industries using farm byproducts. Agriculture has always played an important role, inseparable from people's livelihood, social and economic development, and ecology. However, ongoing social change has made it hard for traditional agricultural model to meet the demand of consumers who are not contented just with fresh and delicious products, but are expecting visual and emotional ecstasy. To meet the needs of consumers, traditional culture and creativity are integrated in the effort of transformation, which is not only retains the classic local culture, but also turns the originality to agriculture to come up with farms and products with unique individual styles to achieve better revenue. Next, we have diversification and strategic farm and fishing. Diversification of fisheries and aquaculture means a substantial change in the production activity, responding to changes in the availability of fish stocks for fisheries, and in changes in the environmental state of the marine system driven by climatic and other challenges. Diversification strategies include shift towards alternative species, or in case of aquaculture, new genetic strains, as well as the management practices more suitable to change conditions. The adaptation process can also include initiatives of business diversification, temporary or permanent. Outside sector, developing new fishing-related activities that can provide complementary sources of income for operators. We have high-value crop production. High-value crops
are crops that provide higher net returns per hectare to the farmer than high-yielding winter rice. These may include hybrid maize, potatoes, vegetables, spices, and fruits. That's all, and thank you.
Good morning. I am Charmin Grace P. Maternal. Now, I am going to discuss about checking the needs, wants, and demand of the market through environmental scanning process. The needs and demands of the community can determine through environmental scanning. In this process, an aspiring entrepreneur must make a thorough examination of the target market before a particular business is set. Many elements of the target market can change from month to month or year to year. Thus, updated data and information of the following must be gathered, which shall become the basis of setting up the planned business. It is used to build strategies either to expand the business or to minimize their impact on the growth of the business. It is important of the part business process as it is the responsibility of an organization to keep on checking on things which can put negative impacts on the business and their customers. Having knowledge about the issue in the business and market changes, management can take important decisions for the future of the organization.
Checking the needs, wants, and demands of the market through environmental scanning process, we need to have this following. A. Demographic data such as population size, growth rate. We need to know the number of population in that particular area. B. We need to know the list of competitors which is available in the Department of Trade and Industry. C. We need to know the list of suppliers which can also be sourced from the Department of Trade and Industry. And lastly, we need to know the result of a reliable mini survey using considerable supplies of target market.
As aspiring entrepreneurs, we have to take risk all the possibility of our business, especially the cost. This checking of the demands market help us to determine the best options. How are we going to start our own business? In the continuation of the discussion of Ma'am Laurente about the checking the needs, the wants, and the demands of the market through environmental process, which is the list of the plan of the list of the suppliers which can be also sourced from Department of Trade and Industry. So, entrepreneurs also have their own suppliers, but we entrepreneurs should be reliable or being wise in order to purchase cheapy products. Suppliers are very essential in business because they are going to supply products to those those who have a small businesses and to supply in every consumer's demands. So like for example here in our community, so some small businesses here have their own suppliers, so they are offer cheapy products for them to gain more profits at the same time customers. Next is the result of the reliable mini survey using considerable samples of target markets. So it is very important as an entrepreneurs because we need to identify and survey some of the people in that community and asking them some questions that related in businesses. So, and the results are very essential for us to know about the demands and needs to that community. Like for example here in Kibawe, Bukidnon. As what I observe right now, they are building new gasoline station here because they
they had their survey that Kibawe Bukidnon lack of gasoline station, and that's why they are building new gasoline station, because it is the demand for now here in Kibawe Bukidnon. And it would be a great basis for us on how are we going to start our own business.
Hi everyone, I am Maria Genesis Madera, and we will going to know the 4 M's of production. Raw materials, whether local or outsourced, are processed into goods to be sold to an identified market or segments of the market. This economic activity is referred to as production. Success in production is strictly determined with 4 factors, popularly known as the 4 M's. First in the 4 M's is the manpower, referred to all persons in the business, who are also popularly called labor force. That means that the word manpower includes the entrepreneur himself. Second is the money. This is known to be the life juice of the business and has to do with the economic status of the business. This can be in a paper bills or coin, generally to pay for goods and services, payment debts, and savings, or restoring purchasing power of the business.
Next is the materials. So these can be raw materials or finished products which shall undergo certain process or combined procedures which shall end as the expected output of production. So for example of raw materials are trees. So they used to make a paper and a pencil out of a tree. And then other examples are, for example, fruits. So pineapple, papayas, nata de coco, and cherry. So if these together are combined, it will produce fruit cocktail. So next, of course, to produce a fruit cocktail, these products will undergo a process. So with the use of machines. So machines, innate, semi, or fully automated devices that are used in converting raw materials into marketable products or outputs. So these machines can be described as the best friends of manpower in the producing goods and offering services. They go hand in hand. So sometimes many machines can even replace employees. So machines have become one of the 4 M's because they are a very important aspect of goods and service production, and they change the way entrepreneurs conduct a business.